An important question arises very often in our lives. Why, even with our best efforts, do we sometimes face rejection in the area of personal relationships? From the perspective of Stoic philosophy, we are offered another way to overcome this challenge. Imagine a scenario in which your satisfaction and self-esteem do not depend on the recognition of others. Thinkers like Seneca and Epictetus show us that what really affects us is not the rejection itself, but how we choose to respond to it. Seneca put it this way: the things that happen to us do not matter as much as our response to those events. This suggests that the key to overcoming the pain of rejection lies within ourselves. Thus, this message is addressed to those men who feel lost, those who give everything to someone and get nothing in return. Be sure to watch this video to the end, and you will learn how you can successfully deal with rejection and be independent of other people's opinions. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next valuable video. Let's get started. First things first, it's crucial not to insist. From a Stoic perspective, insistence in relationships, especially romantic relationships, can be interpreted as a lack of self-discipline and a lack of understanding of what is truly meaningful in life. Stoic philosophers such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius teach us to focus on what we can control and accept what is beyond our control. Trying to win someone else's love is not only futile, but also demonstrates an unhealthy dependence on other people's acceptance. Epictetus in Leadership urges us to distinguish between what is within our power and what is outside of it. The emotions and actions of others are beyond our control. By insisting, we depart from this key Stoic principle and place ourselves in a position of emotional vulnerability, where our happiness and self-esteem depend on the reactions of others. On the other hand, Marcus Aurelius, in his reflections, emphasizes the importance of inner strength and self-sufficiency. To insist in a relationship demonstrates a lack of these qualities, making us prisoners of our emotions and moving us away from the Stoic ideal of self-control and emotional stability. Thus, the solution is not to insist on a relationship, but to cultivate inner strength and self-acceptance. By accomplishing this, we not only become more attractive as individuals, but we also gain greater emotional stability. Second, refrain from giving material gifts. If you think that giving soft toys, sweets, and flowers to a girl is the way to get her acceptance, you are deeply mistaken. The belief that material gifts are an effective strategy for gaining affect and acceptance indicates a misunderstanding of what really attracts and sustains meaningful relationships. The Stoics, centered on virtue and self-control, teach us that true attraction and respect are not acquired through material gifts, but through the cultivation of character and personal integrity. Stoic philosophers such as Seneca and Marcus Aurelius emphasize the importance of being authentic and having self-discipline. When we try to win someone over with gifts, we are operating under the incorrect assumption that our worth and acceptance are dependent on external factors. This directly contradicts the Stoic doctrine, which advocates finding our intrinsic value rather than in the perceptions or reactions of others. As Marcus Aurelius expressed in his Meditations, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Third, avoid flattery. In the Stoic understanding of human behavior and interaction, the habit of flattery, especially for the purpose of gaining affect or attention, is considered a misguided tactic that not only lacks authenticity, but can also be harmful to the cultivation of true and deep relationships. Stoics, such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, instruct us that virtue and self-respect should not be based on external approval, but should be cultivated internally. Flattering someone in order to gain their approval, according to this philosophy, is an act of insincerity and a manifestation of dependence on the validation of others. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of being genuine and honest in all of our interactions. When we offer non-genuine compliments, we not only show disloyalty to the other person, but also to ourselves. Such behavior is contrary to the Stoic ideal of living a life of truth and authenticity. Stoics believe that true strength and attractiveness come from strong character, emotional self-sufficiency, and the ability to be in harmony with oneself and nature. Instead of seeking approval through flattery, we are encouraged to develop qualities such as wisdom, moderation, and fairness that are far more worthy of respect and admiration in the long run. Fourth, don't idealize her. The tendency to idealize someone, especially in a romantic context, is an issue that the Stoics would have taken very seriously, emphasizing the need to maintain a realistic and balanced view of both ourselves and others. This tendency to idealize can be interpreted as a form of emotional slavery, in which we lose control over our feelings and discrimination, allowing illusions to carry us away instead of being guided by reality. Stoic philosophers such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius emphasize the importance of managing our perceptions and emotions. Epictetus reminds us in his teachings that we are not concerned with external events, but with our perceptions of those events. By idealizing someone, we allow our distorted opinions to dominate our peace of mind and our ability to make sound decisions. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, encourages us to see people and situations for what they are, without elevating them through exaggerated perceptions. To see human beings as perfect or almost divine is to deviate from reality, which leads to unrealistic expectations and often to disappointment. From a Stoic perspective, idealizing someone can also reflect inner weakness and a lack of self-sufficiency. Stoics promote an inner fortress in which happiness and self-esteem do not depend on external elements, such as approval or attention from others. By idealizing someone, we create an emotional dependency that is contrary to the self-sufficiency and resilience that Stoicism promotes. Instead of idealizing and putting someone on a pedestal, Stoics would encourage us to treat everyone fairly and realistically, valuing genuine relationships based on mutual respect and a realistic understanding of the other's qualities. This leads to greater emotional stability and the development of a stronger and more authentic personality, attributes that are invariably more attractive and healthier in any relationship. 5. Do not take action at the expense of the other person with ulterior motives. The Stoic perspective provides us with a distinctive view of the nature of actions and their interpretation in the context of interpersonal relationships. Stoics such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius emphasize the importance of acting with integrity and intention rather than seeking the approval or favor of others through our actions. Epictetus encourages us to focus on our own actions and motivations, not paying attention to outcomes or how they are perceived by others. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of being authentic and self-sufficient. Showing kindness or doing favors while expecting something in return, especially love or attention from a person, is contrary to the Stoic principle of acting virtuously for the intrinsic value of the action. The Stoics argue that true virtue and dignity comes from behaving according to reason and justice without expecting external rewards. Kindness and generosity should not be motivated by expectations of reciprocity, especially in a love context. 6th, do not give away your money. The Stoicist perspective on relationships and the management of resources such as money emphasizes the importance of authenticity, self-sufficiency, and the stewardship of individual resources. Stoics such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius teach that our actions and decisions should be consistent with virtue and wisdom rather than seeking approval through material means. Giving money in the hope of receiving attention is a manifestation of dependence and a misguided search for external value. It is contrary to the Stoic principle of seeking happiness and value within oneself. Chrysepp reflects on the importance of authenticity and self-sufficiency in his writings. Using money to try to influence another person's feelings or perceptions is a way to deceive oneself and a manifestation of a lack of authenticity. Stoics advocate maintaining self-respect and not compromising personal integrity for the sake of wanting approval or love. 7. Avoid sentimentality. You should never show your weakness to others, especially women. Although a woman may say things to appear in a better light in front of others, she knows deep down that she is not attracted to sensitive and gentle men. She is looking for someone masculine and unlike herself in every aspect. The idea that sensitivity or emotional expression is inherently unattractive or a sign of weakness is inconsistent with Stoic teachings. Stoics believe that true strength includes the ability to face and understand our emotions, not simply suppress or deny them. Furthermore, the notion that one must behave in a certain way in order to be attractive in the eyes of others is contrary to the Stoic principle of self-sufficiency and authenticity. 8. Don't give up your time easily. Being available to a woman all the time or putting off your own activities to be with her may cause her to not see you as an attractive man. A man who is always available to a woman may be perceived as someone afraid of losing her, with a lack of character, experience, and options. A woman notices when a man is weak and desperate, and by being always available to her, you convey that feeling to her. In this situation, a woman may appreciate your availability, but she will not respect you or find you attractive. She will simply see you as a friend for comfort, but not as a manly man. If you already have a partner and you are the type of man who is always available to her, you should know that she will eventually get bored with you because you convey desperation and fear of losing her, a behavior that has little appeal to a woman. It's best not to sacrifice your activities or hobbies to prioritize a woman. Your time is valuable, and you shouldn't waste it on someone who doesn't value it. Stop showing desperation and submission in front of women as they don't like it. It's better to get busy building and developing your skills, because that's the only way a woman will stop being a priority in your life. Remember this principle? A busy man is an attractive man. 9. The danger of changing for her. Many men, in an effort to please a girl, change their style of dress, musical tastes, way of thinking, political, philosophical, and even religious views. However, when a man does this, he sabotages himself and betrays himself. Sacrificing authenticity for acceptance is contrary to living a life guided by reason and virtue, according to Stoic philosophy. True strength and dignity come from conforming to our principles and values, not conforming to the expectations of others. Stoics teach that seeking external approval leads to dissatisfaction and emotional instability. Instead, by being authentic and true to ourselves, we not only maintain our integrity, but also attract those who value and respect our true selves. As a result, from a Stoicism perspective, it is crucial to maintain authenticity and personal integrity in all aspects of life, including relationships. Radically changing ourselves to please others is not only counterproductive, but also contradicts the Stoic principles of authenticity and self-respect. True strength, dignity, and attractiveness lie in being true to oneself and living in accordance with one's own values and principles. 10. Don't remain just friends. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of authenticity and self-respect in situations where we feel that our feelings are not reciprocated or that we are being taken advantage of. It is vital to act with integrity and respect for ourselves, which can mean re-evaluating relationships and making decisions based on what is truly good for us. In situations where we are in a friend zone with someone we are romantically attracted to, Stoic philosophy would advise acting with dignity and self-respect, setting clear boundaries or even stepping back from the relationship if we feel we are compromising our integrity or self-esteem. Stoic philosophy does not necessarily involve avoiding friendship with someone we love unrequitedly, but rather managing the situation with self-awareness, self-control, and a focus on what is best for our growth and well-being. The decision to continue or end a friendship should be based on an honest assessment of the situation, rather than a perception of what may be socially acceptable. Ultimately, Stoics would teach us to face situations like the friend zone with self-control, authenticity, and a focus on what is healthy and respectful for ourselves, always acting with integrity and self-respect. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you find these tips valuable. If it was helpful, please share it with your friends. Write your opinion in the comments. Until next time.